When people look at the Monsterverse, they usually think in terms of the big crossover moments. Godzilla vs. Kong, the king of the monsters, the spectacle. But Monarch Legacy of Monsters is the connective tissue of this entire universe. Chronologically, Monarch sits between Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters in its modern storyline, while also flashing back to the 1950s to show us how Monarch was formed in the first place. That matters because before Monarch, Titans are myth. After Monarch, Titans became policy, Titans became real. How Monarch changes the Monsterverse? Well, it humanizes the fallout. Godzilla 2014 showed the destruction. Monarch shows the consequences of that destruction. We see displaced families, we see conspiracy culture, we see the psychological weight of living in a world where giant creatures can level cities. That context makes King of the Monsters feel less like random chaos and more like a world already on the edge. It builds to the infrastructure for King of the Monsters. In King of the Monsters, Monarch suddenly has global output, Titan containment systems, advanced monitoring tech. Monarch shows us how they get there. How they get from Godzilla, having none of this, to King of the Monsters, where this is just in place. Without this series, that jump just feels convenient. With this series, it feels earned. It also lays the groundwork for Hollow Earth. By the time we reach Godzilla vs. Kong, Hollow Earth exploration is central to the plot. Monarch expands the mythology around Titan travel routes, dimensional rifts, ancient Titan ecosystems, so when we get to Godzilla x Kong, the new empire, it doesn't feel like a wild left turn, it feels like an escalation, rather than just popping up out of nowhere. So why does Monarch matter going forward? Well, Monarch is shifting the Monsterverse from big monster fights to this is a living, evolving ecosystem with political, scientific, and emotional consequences. That shift is going to give the franchise longevity because spectacle is going to get you a movie. World building, like what Monarch is doing, is going to get you 10 movies. Something that the MCU has been very good at and a lot of other franchises have really struggled with. The Monsterverse is doing it better than most. Monarch proves that the Monsterverse isn't just about who wins the fight, it's about what the fight changes. And that's where the franchise really gets interesting, is how the fights between these titans changes the world and changes the cultures of the world. Monarch is important, and those are the reasons why it matters. I'm LQ. Thank you for joining me at the LQ Review. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you for being here.